All right, here we go. Thank you for that, by the way, JG. We've got our financial guru, the money man, Lance Huckett, on the phone from Lance Huckett Financial Group. Lance, good morning, brother. Roll Tide.
Good morning. I think she meant Big Willie, didn't she?
I think so. They all remind her of Big Willie. She's under the influence of Big Willie. I love it.
Good morning, my friends. How y'all today?
We're doing well. You wear many hats when you come on every morning, and I want our listeners to know you don't know what questions are going to be thrown your way, so you just have to kind of, roll with it. And sometimes I like it when you say, I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV. And sometimes you have to be Dr. Phil. And well, this morning is unique in and of itself. I just want to give you a heads up.
All right. I get a little nervous. I was really nervous when we started these. Got a little more calm with it. But, we're on live, so let's go, baby.
I want everybody to know Lance Huckett is working without a safety net. He's like walking the high wire without a safety net, and that makes it more exciting. This is from listener Erin, okay? I know that she's tuned in. I told her what time you'd be on, and here's what she says. My fiance and I are planning an October wedding. We both have good jobs here in Tuscaloosa, graduated from the university. We make almost $100,000 a year between us. What's a good wedding budget?
That one is tough.
There is. She says there's no family involved. She says, long story. Listener Aaron.
That is awesome to hear. First, roll tide to both of you.
Amen.
That is awesome. I appreciate the time and the effort that it takes to go through that 4 years. And sometimes we're in the midst of that. We don't even know what we're doing. But I'm thankful they did that. Aaron, I'm going to be honest. My wife and I got married 30 years ago. My mother-in-law and my mom put together all the food. My mother-in-law made the dresses. I know we're in a different time today. Keely Dukes, by the way, is a great wedding planner. My wife told me the other day we were talking about weddings. She said, you could have given her a shout-out. She's a great wedding planner, does a great job. But let me tell you, she's telling us that the average Tuscaloosa wedding, okay, now I'm not saying we got to go do this, but the average Tuscaloosa wedding is still in the mid 40s to 50s, which is ludicrous to me. Wow, it just blows my mind. Mm-hmm. But in today's environment, that's what we're seeing. Do we have to spend that? No. I'm going to tell you, if you start off on that leg, you're digging yourself a hole greatly to go in debt for that stuff. I'm going to recommend much less than that, okay? Yes, we want to have the venues, and we want to have the food, and we want to have the big 10 or 12 people standing in there next to us. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you, that does not make the marriage. So I'm going to poo-poo this big, extravagant. Now, Keely's going to be mad at me. But I think you can have a great event and be very cost-conscious about it. Come see me. Let's talk about it. Put it in a budget and find out how to make it work to both the thrill but also the economics. Because what I don't want to see is somebody put their parents, somebody put their selves in a hole because of a 30-minute service. You with me?
Absolutely. And you're so on point, in my opinion, when you talk about the fact that Erin and her fiance, they're just starting out a life together as a married couple. You don't want to start out, in the red like that.
And I've got to be honest, and again, I'm going back 30 years when we got married. I grew up in a big church. I wanted to see the same thing, and my wife was like, no, let's pull it back a little bit. And she did a great job of helping me realize, you know what, we can still do this, but do it on a budget. So I would encourage Erin, and I'm thankful she's talking about it before they get to that point.
You bet.
But let's sit down. Let's come up with a good budget. Let's come up with reality and figure out how long. Let's say that mom and dad are going to stroke that check. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to ask you this. How long did it take mom and dad to accumulate $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 of their money to be able to pay for that? I'd much rather see you put that on a down payment on a house.
Yes.
To put it towards your future as opposed to blowing it. You think about the minute-by-minute cost of a $30,000 wedding. That's $1,000 a minute at $30,000 for 30 minutes. You with me? Mm-hmm. Let's just break it down like that. So again, I don't want to get all these emails in. Oh, where you killing our wedding plans and all this? But let's be real about it. If you've got the resources and have that future. I want to show you how to take 30,000 and turn it into 60 or 100 or 120 really over a time period, as opposed to spending it in 30 minutes.
And look, I don't like negativity. I don't like negative people. I don't want to be negative.
Amen.
But I'm about to go there.
Why?
I'm right there with you, brother. I'm an eternal optimist. I hate negative energy.
Absolutely.
But sometimes we have to be real. So go for it,
you got to be realistic. 50% of marriages, according to the stats, end in divorce. So you're spending 30 or 40 on a wedding. What happens a year or maybe further down the road when it's all null and void?
That's right.
I mean,
I agree.
I hate to say that, but it's reality.
But you don't get married to get divorced.
What?
You don't get married to get divorced. Like, I wouldn't suggest going into your wedding thinking that you're going to get divorced.
Well, certainly not. But still, if you're talking about spending a lot of money on a wedding, maybe it's something you got to factor in, right?
Jersey, you're right. But I want to let's look at the roadblocks. Let's go ahead and talk about these roadblocks before we get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not go into it saying, "Oh, well, this is all going to be great. This is going to be fine." Let's talk about the hurdles. Let's talk about our issues before we say, "I do." Totally. Then it's much easier transition when it gets ugly, when Corona hits, and whenever you're sitting at home and can't work, when you lose both incomes. And the mortgage company's calling. Let's sit down and talk about that before. So I love your thoughts, Steve-O. I don't take that as negative either. So I want to be real. I think that's our word, is real.
That's right.
Not negative, but it's real.
I like that.
I'd be glad to sit down with Aaron and our fiance to help work out a budget. And again, there's good people that can help them through that, plan a very efficient wedding. And those folks are out there, and I think I just said one of them, too.
You're absolutely right. And, Aaron, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get in touch with Lance Hokut, LanceHokut.com, and head into this thing the right way with a budget. Lance, other info on how to reach you, brother?
Hey, you can go to LanceHokut.com. You can email me, Lance@LanceHokut.com. Hey, Jersey, guess what tomorrow is?
Q&A Friday, live in studio.
Live in studio. Hey, folks, maybe we can take a phone call or two tomorrow. God bless y'all. Again, Lance Hokut Financial Group is an independent firm. We cleared through S.A. Stone. We will see you guys face-to-face tomorrow morning with maybe some teas.
Looking forward to it. Oh, yeah, bring it on. We like the teas. LanceHokut.com, everybody. Hokut.com.